let everyone come in this morning, but it's good to see you all this morning. Again, I want to say good morning to everyone and express my appreciation for you all joining us this morning. I also want to express my appreciation for the men and women you see flanking me, standing behind me and to my left and right. We, not just I, but we, the mayor, the council, have given elected officials a mandate to address gun violence, particularly homicides in our city. The good news is we've worked to adopt a police recruitment and retention plan to increase the number of patrol within our city limits. In the coming days, you've heard us talk about additional investments in community safety initiatives on top of the ones we already have to enhance that work. But I also want to express that we continue to engage decision makers, not only at a local level, but at a state and federal level as well, as relates to all unavailable resources to Birmingham to address this issue, particularly around conversion devices. And we've also consistently said that this problem is going to take more than City Hall, as well as the Birmingham Police Department. It requires all of us as a community coming together, working together. I feel fortunate that over the last few months, we've continued to talk with faith leaders, corporate leaders, small business owners, community leaders, as well as law enforcement at all levels, to build a coalition on how to address our homicide problem. That being said, today we are honored to announce a community-led commission, a community-led crime commission, again, that is made up of business leaders, nonprofit leaders, faith leaders, health leaders in our community, as well as criminal justice leaders in our community. It will be co-chaired by Ralph William Jr., who is Vice President of Alabama Power's Birmingham Division, as well as co-chaired by Lee Seislinger III, co-chairman of Altech Incorporated. As you see standing here, former police chief and retired Lieutenant General A.C. Roper, or General A.C. Roper, as I've been given permission to call him, and I actually like that, General, will serve in an advisory role, everyone. They will be joined by 19 other community members and leaders in our community. And I want to share a few more updates about what they'll be doing. The Commission's focus is to quickly assemble information on strategies and programs that have helped other cities and jurisdictions reduce crime, especially homicides. The goal is to have an initial report to the city in less than 60 days. The Commission's work will be funded by private resources. Again, the Commission's work will be funded by private resources, so their work will exist outside of City Hall, and the Birmingham Police Foundation will be a key partner in supporting the Commission's fact-finding work, as well as implementing its recommendations. Recall a historical note, this mirrors a successful effort initiated by then Mayor Richard Arrington in the 90s, who appointed a crime commission to address the surge in crime. Using other cities' models, that commission back in the 90s, with what their efforts led to and recommendations, they did see a reduction in crime. We look forward to this commission's work. We're grateful for General Roper and all other community leaders who have volunteered their time out of their busy schedules to sign up to partner with us in unity to address this problem with a collective front. With that being said, I wanted General Roper to come up and share a few words if he would.
Let me say greetings to everyone, and it is an honor to be back in City Hall and to also be a part of the Mayor's Crime Commission. The bottom line is this homicide issue is a wicked problem, and by that I mean it's complex, it's resistant to change and resistant to common solutions. So the Commission's work is to really get out there and dig into successful programs that are occurring across the nation and bring those back to Birmingham. And so I look forward to advising, supporting this commission, and it's made up of an amazing team of people. And I think together we can build a vision and a future for a safer Birmingham. Thank you very much.
Thank you, General. Look at the names. Chief Thurman, is there anything you want to share?
No, I just think this will prove to be very beneficial to the city and to the Birmingham Police Department. And the biggest thing, like the mayor said, is just a safer Birmingham for everyone. And it takes more than just cops on the street to do this. It's a collective effort of everyone. And so I'm glad to see that this commission has been put together by Mayor Woodfin. And I look forward to what they're going to bring to the table to help the city and help the Birmingham Police Department bring a safer Birmingham for everybody.
Thank you, Chief. So with that, everybody, is there any questions? Seeing none, okay, thank you.
So you all are kicking this initiative off or announcing it today. When can we expect this to actually kick off?
As stated, they have to get in the trenches and get the work started. But as stated, they look to give some initial feedback within 60 days.
Can you talk about what that workflow is going to look like over the next 60 days? How will these individuals and entities work to perhaps, even together, to try and find and propose different solutions?
Right. Well, as busy as these folks are, they have been working already on what their format will look like. It's loosely based right now as it relates to a cadence, but they're working out what that looks like to be in a position to not only commit to time, but actually get to results. This is real work. This is hard work. Nothing about it is easy, but we trust General Roper, who will take a lead role in this effort of pulling these folk together. The beauty of this is it won't be me or the mayor's office or the council getting in their way. And so they'll take the lead on what their time looks like, what it consists of, and how they go about pulling the information, looking under the hood, if you would, and gathering best practices and ideas in other jurisdictions and cities across the nation, what has worked, codifying that, bringing that back to us so we can get to work on their recommendations. General, did I miss out? Did I miss anything?
I think you covered it well, sir.
General said I covered it, sir.
As far as size and demographics, are you looking most closely at Baltimore and what they've managed to accomplish in Maryland, or are you looking at the city of Detroit? That's not the city. I'm just wondering, like, who most closely do you see yourself modeling best practices after that?
So I did an interview yesterday with an organization that talked about best practices. The whole conversation is around best practice, and my response was, the best mayors, good mayors, steal the best ideas from other cities, and you find those ideas, and you tailor make them to your city, right? I think in our instance, again, I won't substitute my thought or my ideas for this commission, but what I imagine is it doesn't matter the size of the city. Doesn't matter the demographic of the city. Doesn't matter what location of our country that city's in. If it's a best practice, if it has shown results, I imagine this commission will look to whatever that municipality is. Again, I got to confer with the general. General, did I get that right?
Sir, you are scoring 100 right now.
Boom.
Can you talk a little bit how this differs from other efforts like the Citizens Advisory Board?
Yeah. So again, this crime commission has a singular focus on how do we reduce homicides within our city limits. Let's acknowledge the good work Chief Thurman and the police are doing. Homicides are not the only crime that exists in any municipality in our country. You also have rape. You also have robbery. You also have felony assault. These are other crimes against persons. On top of that, you have crimes against property that include theft, auto theft, and burglary. These are all Part 1 crimes that exist in any city, in any country, in our country. That being said, year to date, Birmingham Police Department and every other crime category, those crimes are down. And so this is a singular focus. You mentioned the advisory council. Again, that's related to some internal policing and investigations. That's a different approach. So if this tool, if you would, this commission, it's very narrowly tailored to this issue.
There have been 130 homicides here in Birmingham in this year, and that's only 18 off for the record. How, especially with 3 weeks ago, how long have you been kind of working on this? Are those recidivists?
Yeah, it's a great question. We don't have the luxury, this commission or I, to stand here and say that this work is isolated to the mass shooting in 5 Points South. Recall there was a mass shooting, quadruple homicide, in February in the Smithfield community. And then this summer, there was another deadly day, unfortunately, where there was not only a triple homicide, but a quadruple homicide. And the quadruple included 10 other people that were shot and survived. And so putting those things in perspective, whether it is one homicide since January 1 of 2024, or the quadruple that happened on the 5 Points South and all the homicides in between and all the homicides after, our resolve is very clear to, one, find shooters, find killers and get them off our streets, bring some form of justice to these families who deserve it. But this commission also has a mandate to find, study, steal, borrow, assess best practices, and make sure city government, mayor's office, city council, community members, Birmingham Police Foundation, Birmingham Police Department, and all other entities, including our faith leaders, community leaders, corporate leaders, and small businesses, for all of us collectively to step up to the plate and address these issues as a collective.
With the level of expertise that you have here, with the folks assembled, will they be assisting in any way, shape, or form with the investigation into the 5 Points South shooting, based on some of the research that they're going to be doing? I would imagine the folks will be talking within the community.
Yeah, again, this commission has a narrowly tailored focus on assessing, finding best practices on how to reduce homicides from other cities and jurisdictions, sharing that information with us in the form of recommendations. What we're committed to is making sure those recommendations, if you would, General, don't sit on the shelf and collect us, that we actually get to work in partnership. I imagine those recommendations will go well beyond Chief Thurman's office related to BPD. They'll go well beyond the mayor's office and the city council office. I don't think they're just looking at this from an enforcement standpoint. It's a holistic standpoint. So whether it's prevention efforts, reentry efforts, as the general would say, related to persons, places, and other things that lend itself to this violence. That's what their focus is.
Mayor, if I may recommend, we've been going for over 10 minutes now. I know you've got another event.
Yeah.
One more question. Yeah.
When the initial report is done, is it going to be shared publicly at that point? How will the report be, I guess, finalized and shared?
Yeah, so the short answer is yes. To go deeper, I'll make it very simple. This process doesn't work without transparency. So our commitment is to not only get out of their way and let them do the work, but once they complete the work and share it with me, that we share it with the community, because think about who they represent. They represent various stakeholder groups. It will be unacceptable for us to hoard this information and not share it. So, believe it or not, you all have a role to play too. We'll be coming to you for buy-in. We'll be coming to the media to participate in how to assist and help us address these issues. You get the last one.
Okay. You said that this is privately funded. Who's funding it?
Yeah, so the Birmingham Police Foundation. Recall, if you would, back in 1997, there was a equal approach in building this commission and also creating the Birmingham Police Foundation. What we did was reinstate the Birmingham Police Foundation. The foundation is its own nonprofit with its own tax ID, its own nonprofit, etc. It runs itself separate and apart from city government. It has it's led, it has a board, etc. And so anything supporting this commission's work will come from the foundation. Great question. Last question. Good to see everybody. Thank you so much.